All right, we will get started then. So today's class, since everybody has been asking about the little flowers that I made uh for that I'm going to be using in a centerpiece for my daughter's baby shower, I thought I would do this Ustream class on that. As you can see in front of me, I have these really cute flowers using the Gone Artsy products and some stuff from my stash too. And you can see how you can create really cute little flowers using very little material. And you can have a really cute look, shabby look. And so many people are into the shabby chic look now, and you can make it as dramatic, or as elaborate as you want, or as simple as you want. And so these are just different examples of the ones that I did. So I'm going to take you guys step by step into how I did these. And in the events page that I created, I put a list of some of the materials that you would be needing for this class, like a needle nose plier, wire cutter. You're going to be needing some floral wire, or I would say like a 20 gauge or 18 gauge wire. This one is not like super thick or super stiff. It is somewhat flexible that you can bend it with your fingers if you needed to. And I'm going to be using white floral tape, although you can use green if you want to. It's just a personal preference, up to you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your wire, your floral wire, and wrap it with your floral tape. And this floral tape is sticky. It's kind of sticky, so when you wrap it, it should wrap fairly easily. And so you just kind of like twist it on and stretching it as you go. You're twisting and stretching as you go so that you get a nice finish on here. Okay, and so it goes fairly quick. You're just stretching the tape over the wire and pulling it downward so you get a nice even coverage on your wire. If you didn't want to use any floral tape at all, you just wanted to leave the stem green for whatever your purpose is, that's fine too. I just, the colors of my daughter's baby shower are pink and white. Various shades of pink and white, and a touch of cream here and there. So very shabby. So you continue going all the way to the end, and you can see how quickly it goes. And these wire stems, they sell them, let me see how long they are. They're over a foot. They're about 1.5 feet. Or, long. And you're going to finish up all the way to the end. Just like so. And then you're going to bend your wire in half, depending on the size that you want. For these that I did, they're not very long, so this suited my purpose. But if you wanted the stem to be a little bit longer, then you would cut it a little bit longer, depending on what you need. But for this purpose, I will be doing it in half and just snipping it with the wire cutters. Now, in order for it to be able to glue easier, what I do is that I create like a little loop at the end here, so that way I could be able to glue it easier. So you're going to take your needle nose pliers and you're just going to like twist it. You're going to twist that in, and you're going to do it a couple of times, just enough to create a little loop like that, see? So that you can have like a base to be able to glue that on, and it won't slip out as easy if you weren't to do the little loop. I just find that it just gives it more stability this way. So you're going to do that to all the ones that you're going to make, and I made all of these in advance, so I have quite a few here. And you can do this like in advance, have them all made up, and then when you need to create a flower, you have them ready to go. So next step is to decide what all you're going to use. And in the ones that I've made, I've used this really cute, I call it rosette, and there was like a little confusion because Deb calls them the peony, but I call them rosettes, just because that's the term that I've always been familiar with this kind of trim. But they do look like little peonies to me as well, and these are gorgeous. They're like a pastel pink, and they come on a mesh or a tool like this. And I believe she's out at the moment of this, but she's going to be getting some more soon. But this is what I use, so I want to show you guys. And you just cut around that mesh. You cut out an individual piece and then cut around the mesh, or you can leave some of the mesh there, like I did in this, to add to a little bit of the shabbiness to it. And then you're going to decide, like on this one here, hang on, let me grab it real quick. Like on this one here, it was super simple because all I did was glue back to back. I had two of these rosettes, and then I glued them back to back with the wire in between them like this, and then that was it. So I'm going to do one of these so you guys can see how simple. And I used hot glue. I use hot glue for everything. I just I'm not good at waiting, so you just put a little bit of hot glue in there, put on your stem, and then layer your next rosette onto that one, and kind of like stretching it out because you want to get it to look nice and round. And you press it together, and there you have them. It looks like a little lollipop at this stage. So then you can decide what all you want to use. If you want to use to make a little bow, if you want to use some seam binding or ribbon, or in this case I used this little bead trim, these beads on a string trim. You can do that, or you can do like in this one that I did here, that I used this really beautiful trim that Deb carries in the store. It's this one here, and it comes with these attached. Okay, they're attached, and then all I did was cut them off. So it comes like that, and then I cut these off. I left only the braid because that's what I want to make the bowl. So in this case, I am going to use this trim to make a cute little bow, and all I did was fold it over like so, to make like if it was a loop, and then press this part down and gather the center to make a bow. So I will get some thread, a needle and thread, and wrap around a few times just to secure it. Hang on a second, let me get this thread. Okay. Hi, Amy. Thank you for joining us. Yes, that trim is like my absolute favorite. I love the look. I mean, and you can get so many different looks. So hopefully Deb will get that in the store soon, because I have other projects that I want to be creating, and now for the summer using that trim, and some sewing projects in mind and stuff. So you guys got to be on the lookout for that. I will, and I gotta tell you, I love Deb's products, that even if I wasn't to be on her design team anymore, I would definitely continue using her products because I love them. I really do, and I love Deb. So, you know, the customer service and the products, the quality of the products is amazing. truly amazing. I mean, I have gotten some laces and stuff before. It were very nice, but nothing like this. And I've had the privilege of working with her products, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with her projects. And you know, whoever has had the chance to be able to come and see my projects in person, like family and friends, and they're just amazed at the quality of how everything turns out. So I'm very happy with that. So you're gonna just wrap it around, you know, you secure it in the center. No big deal, no big whoop, just a little bit of stitching, and just gather it up tightly and make a little knot to secure it in the back so that it doesn't come undone when you are finished. And these little bows come out adorable. I mean, you can use them for, you know, scrapbooking project, for little boxes. I think they are adorable the way this trim it looks for a bow. So let me get this needle out of the way and get my little flower here, and then I'm just gonna tie this bow. And I mean, it adds to the shabby. I like the oversized look of the bow on here. I think it just adds to that shabby look to it. I think it's really cute. So I will glue that to my little lollipop flower here, like I said, because it reminds me of a lollipop. Just press that in for a couple of minutes here, a couple seconds. Just like that. And so that's what you get. Now you're going to decide what you want for your center. At this stage, you can also decide to add something else to that flower. Like Deb has these amazing appliques. Isn't that cute? You can do an applique like this, and then add a bling in the center, for instance, something like that, and it just really pops. It really makes that pop of color, that darker color really looks gorgeous on this. So, you know, you've got all kinds of options. She also has, let me see, these smaller ones like this. And then you can do like a pearl, or what do you call that? One of these trims that she has. This is adorable, which is, I think this is what I'm going to use. I love this trim. This is like so adorable. It is like a pearlescent coloring on it, and it's like an ivory color with a pearlescent finish, and you can use it like this, you know, for a box or whatever, or you can cut the individual pieces, and that's what I do. I like to cut the pieces. Hang on a second, I forgot my lighter. So that those little like nubs of string don't show, all I do is that I kind of like burn that a little edge so that you can't see, being careful that you don't actually melt the little flower, so you can't see those little nubs. So I'm going to attach this, put the applique there, and so I won't get burned. I leave the applique there, and then I add the little pearl trim part on. Isn't that adorable? See? So, I mean, you get all kinds of options, and, you know, if you don't, like, do like I did right here, like, don't center it like put it like more up to the top, because and then now you got the option of adding something here. And what I'm gonna do is, like in this one here that you guys saw, I did the little pearl bowl kind of thing on there. But on this one, what I'm going to do is add some of these some of this. She has this awesome trim, and now she has it in baby pink too, which I can't wait to get some of that baby pink because I really love this stuff. So I'm going to add some of these to the center. But how I'm going to do it is that I'm going to glue that one big pearl in the middle and then leave the smaller ones dangling down, ending with the two big pearls. You guys will see what I mean. So let me glue first that center part that I want, and hold it in place there for a second. This in turn will give it some dimension, and if you press that bow up against it a little bit, it'll pucker it a little bit. So you like sandwiching while you're pressing that pearl so that it'll pucker it a bit. So it'll be puffed out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it'll pucker it up. And then we'll cut right at the end here. So you've got these cute little danglies like this from your bow. And it just gives it this little fun. It's just fun. You know, it's just a fun little thing, a little detail. I love details, and I love like the surprise. You know, it's like a little surprise, something that you wouldn't expect really for a flower, right? And they're just fun. I really love the way they came out. Like, have I said already how much I love Deb's products? Oh my goodness, I am not kidding. These products just opens up my creativity so much. It is unbelievable. But yeah, these are going to be used for my daughter's baby shower. I'm so excited. Her baby shower is this Saturday, so I have a lot of goodies to make. All right, so that's flower number 1 down. Let's move on to another one. Let's see. Deb also has these adorable little doilies. She has doilies in all kinds of sizes, and she has them in ivory, you know, like a beige, and stuff like that, and different designs, really pretty designs. I love these little ones because they're perfect for making the flowers. And you know, you can layer them or you can fold them over. I showed in a video before how you can make a rose just by folding it, like a cute little rose. You get add a little bling in there or pearl, whatever, and it makes the cutest little flowers. So I want to make just that now on a stem. The flower that I had made before didn't have a stem. Hang on, let me grab them over here. Let's see. I have one already here made. So what I did with this one is that, like I showed you guys, all I did was fold it in half, and then fold it over to the middle, right? And then fold it again over, and I glued it with my hot glue in place. And then you can kind of like play with it, you know, open it up, or you know, pucker it, or however you want. So what I would do is that after I fold it in half, I would put my stem in the center and then fold it over and glue it so that it could be a more finished look. And you'll have a cute little rose there that you can use. So let's see. Let's see how this one turns out. And I have this one already made that I made before, and it's not on a stem. This was a different design, and you can fold them over. I had shown how you can fold them over and kind of like make them look more opened up, and you can use it on a box or whatnot. It, you know, depending on how you fold the doily is the look that you will get. And the fun thing about these is that you'll get a different look every single time. Okay, so let's try one of these. I'm going to do a little row here of glue, lay my stem in, and then fold it over, and then fold it over again, and add a dab of glue right here. Just a little bit, just to secure it. The good thing about this is, I mean, you can use fabric glue if you wanted to. I just, like I said, I don't like to wait, so hot glue is the way I do it. But you guys can do however you want. And so on this one, I'm just going to give it like a little fold like this. And so you have a cute rose like this. Wouldn't these be cute to make for Valentine's and all that in different colors? You can dye the doilies because they are dyeable, lace trims, everything you can dye. So she's got this other wonderful trim, and I love it because it has like a sheen to it, and you can add a ribbon to go through it, or seam binding, or whatever you want. Even probably the pearl trim, you can add it to. You just have to like feed it through the gaps like this, and in this occasion that's exactly what I want to do. I want to use the pearl trim because I'm going to make a cute little bow using this trim. Haven't lost you guys yet, have I? Now, the reason why I'm bringing all of these videos like this is because I want you guys to see that you don't have to use things in a traditional way. Let your creativity flow and see how many different ways you can come up to use, the items. And Deb has these wonderful products that offer that flexibility to be able to use it in such an awesome way. I think I went too far. So you guys can play around. Yeah, I like this here. And discover what you can do, what you can create. So here I'm having this piece, and this is how it looks with that pearl trim, if you guys can see, and it's super cute, super shabby looking. So I don't want my pearls to move around, so on each end I'm just going to do a little dab of a hot glue just to secure it in place so it won't move on me when I am creating the bow. I like having everything really nice and stable, and knowing that when my project is completed, it's not going to fall apart, especially if I'm going to give it to somebody. I try my best to make it as secure and stable as possible. Okay, so then the same concept as with the other one, you're going to just fold in half, or fold it to one end to the center, and then the other end you're going to bring it to the center, and then I'm going to secure it with some thread in the center. So you'll have this cute little shabby looking bow, and this type of trim is absolutely amazing for those kind of things. Okay, so let me get my thread again and kind of secure this a few times, just like so. Just like this. And I will, being careful to sew around those pearls. If not, your needle will break. Okay, so and then I'm going to wind it just a few times here, pulling it tight to form that cute little bow. And then I'm going to secure it with a knot in the back. And there is your little shabby bow. And you can use this. Thanks, Amy, for coming. Thank you so much. You can finish watching the rest on, it'll be recorded. It'll be on the Gone Artsy channel. So now you have that cute little shabby bow that you can use for your rose. And I'm going to put it on there. And again, on this, you can use, you know, one of those little pearl flowers from here, or you can leave it like that as is, if that's what you want, like that, or you can just dangle some pearls, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the pearls here, dangling. And these are real simple concepts. Anyone can do this. It's a matter of getting your creativity going and looking at everything in a different way. So let me press that in, and then I can show you guys. Me, I like everything dangly. And there's your pretty little rose. You can make the bow smaller. Me personally, I like the statement. You can pucker them up, probably do that, make them a little bit more round, but that's that one. Okay. Yes, you can run a colorful ribbon through this. Like right now, I don't have any handy. Hang on, I should have, so I could show you guys. Let me see if I could grab some right quick. But you can use any color that you want with that. I'm going to show you guys with this ribbon, just so you could see how beautiful color looks with this. I'm going to take this turquoise ribbon, and had it been the colors for my daughter's baby shower, this would have been like, oh my goodness, super gorgeous. Oh, going the wrong way, sorry. Going the wrong way. Don't want to cover the design. So you got to make sure that you do it in a way so that that design doesn't get covered. But I'm just going to do a little piece here so you guys can see how stunning this color is with this ribbon. And any color, red would be, oh, gorgeous, depending on the project that you are working on. But look at that. Is that not gorgeous? What color? It is stunning. You know, red, black, lavender. But, you know, so you start from the back so that you don't cover the design in the front. And it is just absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. Okay. So, let's see. I think we have time to do one more. And I'm going to show with the chiffon, because I use these a lot too. This is the white chiffon flower trim. And this gorgeous trim right here that is new in the shop. I'm definitely going to use it. See, like I said, I love the dangles. So these come attached. They come attached to each other in a whole row, and then I just cut them apart. Let me see. I got a piece here. It comes like this. It comes all attached. And then you could either use it like this, or like I'm going to do that. I cut them apart and I'm going to use them like this. So I want to create like a layered effect here. So let's see how I do this. Let me play around here, guys, just for a second. Oh yeah, I like this. This layered look is gorgeous. And I'm going to give it the pop of color with that gorgeous bling. So, and then because it is not backed, I'm going to use, I have these awesome felt circles that I have, and then I just cut one smaller. That was from when my son used to work at a factory that used to discard those circles. Could you believe that? Oh, when he saw that, he thought about me, and I was like, oh, I have taught you well, my son. That he would think of me to bring me those, so I was very thrilled. So you're going to stack that pale pink rosette with that white chiffon that white chiffon flower trim comes attached also on a mesh. So you have like a rows of those chiffon flowers that you can either use them as is, or like I'm doing here, that I cut them to use them for a specific project. So now, before I go any further, I'm going to attach my stem. If you didn't want to use a stem, then you would skip this. You wouldn't have to worry about this part. But so I attach my stem there, and then I'm going to add my felt circle. So I'll put a little bit of glue there, and then I'll put on my felt circle. So I just like that it gives it like a finished look. See? So you've got a finished look. Yes, these felt circles are awesome, and I have like a whole jar and a half full with them there, big old vase full, and I've given away so many, but these glue strings are terrible, but this is the way I like them. I like this glue. So then now we layer this one, and again, so we don't burn ourselves, since it's like a lace and it has holes, you want to put your glue right over the lace, and put a generous amount, and then you can put your bling on top and press that down, and that will secure your flower. At this point, if you need to shift over or whatever, do that before it completely dries, and then you're stuck. But how adorable is that? And since it has these little dangles, you don't have to add no bows or nothing. It's enough just like that, how it is. That came out super cute. Love the way that one came out. So we've already created 3 different kinds of flowers. 3 different ones, right? Yep. Got 1, 2, and where's my third one? My third one is gone. Oh, here goes my third one. So we've done these 3 already, and you've seen how quickly they come together. So for the final one that I'm going to do with you guys, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You just have to like play. I want to show you how I did the one with the feather. Very simple, very quick, super easy. But I'm going to do the center flower different, and I don't have any more of the chiffon flowers, so I'm going to be using something else. I'm probably going to be using one of these to go on there instead. And then I have, this little flower that I made out of this pink burlap that I got, and that'll go nicely on there. So this will be the last flower that I share with you guys. I really hope that you guys post pictures on the fan page of your creations with the products. Get motivated. Go on, you know, I mean, flowers, we can always use flowers. And me personally, I just love making my own. They really give it a very personal touch to your projects. And when you make centerpieces like this, they're like a conversation piece, seriously. They seriously are. So what I did was that I glued directly on to the feather. So you're going to add a little bit of glue and then put it right on there. Put it right on there. And then I'm thinking I want to use another one of these. Yeah, I'm going to use another one of these on here because it's like a lot of pink. So I think that the white will give it a nice pop of color. Thank you. You're welcome. I am having a lot of fun. A lot of fun with all of these. Seriously. You know, to be able to have access to products that actually work with you, that allow for your creativity is awesome. So I'm going to use that one. I'm seeing it kind of bulky. And I really can't enjoy this. So let me see. Not liking it. Not liking this look. So let me think. What can I use in the center instead? Sorry about that, guys. Getting messages already. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. And then what I'll do is that I'll put a little pearl in the center. Okay? So, again, just like the other one, so I don't burn my fingers, I'm going to put the glue directly on to the lace here. And then I will add my little center, which this one also is, you got to be careful you don't get burned. So if you got something like a wooden doll or something, or like I did in this case that I used the wire cutters to push it down so you don't get burned, then do that. Okay? And I have got here, just going to cut out one of these little pearls that I have here, because I don't want it to be glass, because the glass will weigh it down. So definitely not glass. And I will put my little pearl in the center. My pearl goes in the center. So this is what you'll have, if you guys can see that. Then for your stem, you're going to add your stem here in the back. So you're going to put a line of glue in the back of the feather pad. And Deb has these in different colors. And they're fabulous to work with. They really are. So you do this, and then of course to finish it off, one of these little circles, as you can see here in the back, that I added to it, and it really gives it a finished look. So I'm just going to put some glue onto my circle, my little felt circle. You can use cardstock or satin or whatever other material you want. And it just gives it a more finished look. It looks more professional. See? So you got that one finished. So we made 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys, and be on the lookout for more Ground Artsy projects from our other team, design team members. And yes, these are very quick to put together. You can do them in advance and have like a big batch of them ready to go, so that if you need them for whatever project, you could do whatever color. You can dye the lace trims. So many alternatives to just using things the way they're meant to be used, and they're quick and easy to put together. So check out our fan page that we have. The rules have changed now. We have a monthly challenge now, so you have 1 whole month to complete the challenge for the month and have a chance to win a gift card for the Gone Artsy store and get your chance to get some awesome products like the Bling that I love. And guess what? Deb got the big Bling back in the store. Yep, she has them, and she has all these great new ones in that you guys can check out, like these little cute little crowns, the little flower clusters with the bling, all kinds of goodies, guys, and even this rhinestone and pearl gold chain. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, I'm saving this one to do something super special. I will share the pictures with you guys on the fan page and on the Gone Artsy blog. As always, go and check it out. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys have a good afternoon, and see you on the fan page. Bye. You're welcome. Thanks, Deb. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.